Okay. Hi, you're welcome to the Informant 247 TV, and this is your darling program, The Discourse. This is where we take a deep dive into topical issue. We give you the reason behind every statement, and we try to analyze and bring to your doorstep a lot of intricacy that happens behind the scene. This is more or less like an explainer, and this is what happened in the dark, in the open. The ifs, the buts, the what if, and the what if not. This is where you actually get the full details and the full gist. Today, we are going to be discussing something that actually concerns our darling state, Kwara State. And we will be looking at Kwara now, yesterday. Sorry, we'll be looking at Kwara now and yesterday, balancing policy, security, and social progress. Before we dive into the program, I just want to say this: good governance is the bridge between the dream of a people and the development of a nation. The future of the nation actually anchors directly on the governance that prevails in a very particular society. We will not be looking at it at the broader level today. We are going to streamline it down to our darling state, Kwara State, the state of harmony. We pray that the harmony actually return back to our state in no distant time. Today on the program with me, I have two gentlemen that will be doing justice to this very particular topic with me. On my right is Sheriff Ibrahim Good, a doctor. You are welcome.
Thank you, my brother. Good afternoon.
Yeah, and directly sitting opposite him is Olusegun Olushola Adewara. You are welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure having you here once again. Now, let's dive into the program without wasting your time. The current opposition party had held sway of governance in Kwara State for 16 years, if not more than that. What are the fundamental change in the last 6 years of new governance in Kwara State?
Thank you very much. In the legal parlance, they say res ipso liquido, right? The
Alright.
fact speaks for itself. So, although it is normal that opposition would make noise, but the realities in the state today are making statements for themselves. And I begin with, say, education sector, for instance. You understand? Results are all over there for everybody to see. You know, before this current government came on board, we all know that the Kwara State was blacklisted by the Universal Basic Education Commission. You understand? And that's because the previous government diverted the counterpart funding that was paid to Kwara for the sake of revitalizing our education sector. But instead of them committing that money into actually revitalizing our education sector, they diverted the money to something else that is not in consonance with what they are actually supposed to use the money for. But this government came in, they paid all the backlogs running through years, and it afforded Kwara the opportunity to build and rehabilitate thousands of schools. At least within the first 2 years of this government, over 600 schools were rehabilitated. And running now 6 years now, I can tell you that thousands of schools have been rehabilitated across the state. And aside that, if you look at, there's this what we call a school census report.
Yeah.
If you look at Kwara State Government School Census Report, as at 2019, when this government took over, Kwara State had just about less than 12,500 teachers across the state. We have 60 local government, 193 wards, and in each ward you can count not less than probably 20 schools, if not more. So our school were actually highly deficient when it comes to human resources. So there were not enough teachers, and even the few teachers that we had then, when recruitment slot are shared at ward meetings, not based on merit or qualification. It's based on who you know.
But some people will argue about the recruitment in the teaching service or SUBEB, as the case may be. We have the case of sunset teachers.
Yes, those were people that were, like the name implies, sunset teachers. You understand? They were recruited, in the twilight of the past administration's exit.
What if it is part of the policy of the government?
Okay, yeah, that's where I'm coming from. That's why I said I didn't just mention number. You understand? I said the recruitment process. You understand? And when this government came in, you understand, they couldn't lay their hands on any file that speaks to the recruitment process. You understand? That led credibility to that recruitment process. And they said, fine, if you cannot show us, facts that lend credence to this recruitment process, then let these people reapply. Do you understand? If they reapply, if they merit it, they will definitely give them the job. Do you understand? So, and most of them that applied, those people that merited the slots, actually were part of the first 4,701 teachers. Do you understand? That were recruited, when this administration came in. Do you understand? And the second batch, the government recruited about 8,000 plus teacher additionally. So if you add that with 4,701, that's 12,000 plus. You understand? And recently we had 1,600 teachers. You understand? Still recruited. So if you look at that, that's about 13,000 plus teachers that were recruited by this government alone in less than 6 years. Whereas when the dislodged hegemony, when they held sway, all that Kwara had were had less than 12,500 teachers in the state. So what that speaks to is that in less than 6 years, the present government had recruited more than double, you understand, of what past administration, you understand, recruited for 16 years. And these were not just recruitment, you understand. It was a very transparent and credible one, you understand, very competitive one at that. You understand? So we have our best heads now, teaching our children in their classroom, you understand, so that anybody can be confident that okay, fine, in public schools, people used to be afraid of those people teaching there, they are not quality heads, but now you can be confident that you have quality heads in our school. That's to talk about the education sector. And I also need to mention, if you go to Adewale Ward, you understand, you will see an unprecedented development there. You understand? You will see a mega school structure. Kwara we have never had that.
Okay.
You understand? So you see mega school structure there. That's the first time we are having it. You understand? That's aside other facilities we have across the state, and the collaboration between the state government and the federal government. I've also seen the coming of some other school facilities, some digital learning facilities built across different schools, the Barutin and Kwara, North Kwara, South, all of that. That's to talk about education sector.
All right.
So now when you come to the economy, I see in the topic we said we were talking about social
Kwara yesterday, today, policy and social development.
Exactly. So now when you talk about social development, my brother here is a budding economic expert. You understand? So when you talk about the basic macroeconomy, you understand, there are basically 5 goal of macroeconomic policy or economy, right? Economic growth, you understand, inequality in income distribution, right? Then you talk about resource allocation, then you talk about utilization of our human and capital resources. So you will see that even in the education sector now have been able to establish that more than 13,000 people in the education sector alone have been able to gain employment. That's to tell you that economically the state government is doing what? They are actually utilizing our human capital, right? And when it comes to bridging social gap, you understand, that's inequality gap. You can see that there is a very clear divergence from where we are coming from. You understand? So in those days, we were used to our aged people and middle-aged people, you understand, having to queue somewhere, you understand, to go and get crumbs from politicians, you understand. So, and they call that what do you call it, a more like a philanthropy. You understand? Whereas these resources were actually for the people. You understand? But then, even when you say you are allocating resources, you are bridging inequality gap because these are have nots. You understand that you are trying to help. You understand? There are dignifying ways to do that. And this government is not just talking about that. It is demonstrating. It is demonstrating what? I'm coming.
All
It's
right.
demonstrating it
Well,
practically
I don't want us.
with
I don't want
quasi.
to. I don't want us to lose thought of
Yeah.
what you have been saying. I will want.
So we are demonstrating.
I want him to
We
react
are
to some of the
demonstrating.
things you have
We are
said.
demonstrating capacity in that regard. You understand? Because you can see that through CASIP now, millions of people have benefited, even including members of the opposition. You understand? So once you pitch your business, you apply. They can be considered. And I also need to mention before my brother takes his first one that the place where people used to, in an undignified manner, where they used to assemble to collect peanuts, go and see what is happening there today. You
All right.
understand? We have a mega civil service clinic. You understand? That when it comes to fusion, you understand? It can compete with any health facility in not just Nigeria but sub-Saharan Africa.
All right.
So that is what this government have done
Uh,
so far.
Thank you, good, for that submission. It's very, very insightful. Um, yeah, the spokesperson of PDP, I forgot to say that during my introduction. Uh, what he just said now, it was as if the last 16 years of governance of PDP in Kwara State is nothing to write home about. Giving us facts from education down to human capital development, philanthropic, and a whole lot of things. What do you have to say?
Thank you once again for having me. You see, conversations like this enable us to ponder of Kwara of yesterday, where we are coming from, what we have achieved, and what people this time actually deserve in terms of governance. And the subject matter we have come here to discuss, policy, governance, and social
Yes.
services. They are talking about uh, basically how governance affects a market woman, student, trader, ordinary people of Kwara. It is not about grammar. It's about how the ordinary people in the street feels impact of government and government policies. Those are the basic things we have come here to discuss. In terms of education that he has come here, what's one beautiful thing about the people in power is that they came through the ambience of propaganda, lies, and blackmail. And unfortunately, they have been in government for close 6 years and believe that they can't sustain power and government with the same tactics of propaganda. It is clear in Kwara State of today, our education sector, how did we manage it under the PDP administration? Under the PDP, we have policies that clearly target at ordinary people. Ordinary people sending their children to school, which of course improve the quality of education from the basic level. Every child counts that we instituted during our government. But in this government, I just want to be brief because we have no ample time to use a speaking grammar. In this government, sir, I put it to my friend and brother here. He's a PhD holder. I put it to him. Record shows that before we left government in 2018, the number of out of school children, the data that we had was around 84,000 plus when we left government. That is the recent statistic when we left. 84,000 people out of school children. Now, fast forward to 2022, 2023, the statistic came out and it jumped from 84,000 to 148,000 out of school children. And you say you are investing in education. He came here with the notion that we did not employ teachers. Under our administration, go and check education statistics, education performance in terms of WAEC, in terms of NECO, in terms of all these examinations, even in terms of matriculation exam to university and tertiary institutions. Go and check the statistics of Kwara performance. We are always at the echelon of excellence. People from other states are always envying Kwara.
But
But today,
he made an assertion on the salary and the diversion of
I am
counterpart
coming
funds.
there. I am coming there. What he said, he himself knows is a propaganda. During our time, we had a challenge of a national recessive economy. I have come here to say it again. We operated under a very difficult economic situation where the national economy was near collapse. So every state was affected by salary problem. In fact, Kwara is one of those states that were able to at least optimally manage it. I put it to my guest here that 25 of 36 states in Nigeria during that time were unable to meet up with their salary target. So on the issue that he mentioned about the UBEG or SUBEG money bill, nobody diverted anything. That time, the government of Kwara paid a counterpart fund of of a certain amount, expecting, that is the practice. So UBEG, they paid, then recession hit the economy, and the state government now lack financial capacity to settle recurrent expenditure. So the UBEC came with their own funding. That funding was majorly to renovate schools, basic schools. You understand? But we are now facing salary crisis. The teachers that are supposed to teach in this school will not be able to get salary. So it comes to issue of economic of preference. We have to at least get the teachers who are to teach these students into the classroom first before we even say we want to build classroom.
Okay.
Are you getting it? So the government prioritized and said, okay, this money belongs to the states. Now, instead of going to the bank to borrow money to offset salary, where we are going to be paying monthly interest, why can't we use this excess money pending the time that this recessive economy will go so that we now return them? So if they are saying somebody diverted, we have continuously challenged them. If anybody diverts your money, take them to court. For the past 6 years that they came into government, none among people that operated PDP government is now in prison. None. Nobody have been dragged to court on the issue of diversion. Nobody. So
we have had cases of EFCC inviting some of the people in the past administration.
That's what we told them, that if you have issue, if you have problem, or you have a verifiable evidence that people have diverted money that is meant for you back into their own personal purse, take them to court. Don't come to radio and be making a media justice. So for us, our own decision, our own determination is that we are speaking directly to the people of Kwara who have seen, through the opaque of their lies and propaganda. The question now is that, is our school improving? Today, as I'm telling you, go to Kwara North axis of the state, go to Olulade, pictures and videos of horrible situation about the primary and secondary schools, classrooms. They are there. This government claim, I want to put it to you, this government claim it has spent 7.6 billion injected 7.6 billion. Now look at where their insincerity even come from. In 2023 or maybe 2022, they claim that they had 52 point something billion budgeted to the education sector. Budget. Now when they will release funding, as at August of last year, what this government had released was 7.5 billion into education sector. On that 7.5 billion, our classroom today, people are still sitting, the pupils, Kwara State pupils are still sitting on the floor taking lecture. In the classroom today, we still have most of our communities in the rural area not having even a single classroom, block of classroom. Till today, except for painting of walls that this government is notoriously known for, there has never been any additional classroom. You know, when Aregbesola in Osun State built school, you don't have to be an opposition to see the giant edifice.
There is an edifice in Adewole.
My brother, for 6 years, between 2023 and now, we have record that this government has gotten about 400 billion plus.
All right.
And you are now talking about the governor's wards. Now, you are talking about situating one school out of about 193 wards that we have in Kwara State. The governor now finds it pleasurable.
The school is meant for Kwara.
It is not meant for Kwara. It is meant for the governor's family. The governor is from Adewole. For 6 years of government, you have not been able to build that kind of thing in every zone of Kwara, in all the 3 senatorial, even if it is 1 per senatorial district, you have not been in Isin. In Isin, for example, I'm from Isin local government. Okay. This government has no investment. It will interest you to know that the situation that the PDP left Isin, and that is why the last Bishop Amaho voiced out inside the church. That is where that kind of statement should not even be made. But the bishop, the man of God, was infuriated by the situation of things. Despite the money that is coming to this state, is in local government has zero investment from Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak.
All right.
So I don't know what anybody want to defend
Now,
either in
yeah,
education.
you have made a lot of assertion. Before I go back to you, please, I'm coming back to you. I just want to ask. I want to ask a follow-up question
It's
on
okay.
based on what he's saying. Do you believe that the current government is actually managing the state resources effectively? Why or why not?
They are not managing the resources effectively. You see, one of the core ingredients of good governance is transparency and accountability. Whatever you are doing, you know, the governor is put there based on our mandate to manage resources on our behalf. These resources are not his personal properties, they are our own. But what we have today in Kwara is a one-man show system where the governor is the PAM, is the SEC. It
But
determines who
we
gets.
have the House of
Wait,
Assembly.
you ask me a question, let me answer them.
Okay.
Let me answer them. The governor is acting as both the PAM, the SEC, who, at the comfort of his own bedroom, draft out contract, issue contract to whoever you give. I will give you an example. In 2021, do you know that in this state, this government, through the Ministry of Energy, issued out a contract for the procurement of transformer? It is very sad. Maybe a lot of people do not know that that procurement of transformer, the contract was awarded to a contractor who everybody perceived to be family member of the governor. Contract awarded to him. The money for the contract was paid to this contractor. More than 80% of the contract funding was paid to him even before the date of the contract award. Have you ever heard that? And you say,
Okay.
no, I'm coming. I'm just coming. I am
Alright.
giving you background of how this government has bastardly used our resources against exactly what the people of Kwara State needs. Look at Kwara Hotel. I have told you one now that a contractor got money for a contract even when the contract has not been awarded to him.
Okay.
That year, 2021.
You made mention of Kwara Hotel now.
Yes, I'm coming to Kwara Hotel. I just want to shed light on the transformer issue. Till today, that contractor has eloped with our transformer. And when he was asked for accountability, he even challenged us, throw jibed at us that if you people need your transformer, you have to increase the contract money. I am now in Dubai enjoying myself. This government has been unable to hold him accountable because his name is Abdulrazak. Now, fast forward to Kwara Hotel. This government, the Kwara Hotel contract are so much exposed insincerity, lack of accountability, and lack of transparency on the side of the government.
But
And it actually suggests to us what I have said, that the governor is only operating a solo government, solo administration, where there is no executive, there is no commissioner. He awards contract at the comfort of the bedroom without even living in Kwara. That Kwara Hotel was first awarded to somebody at the value of 4 billion naira. One of the APC members.
But the Kwara
Wait
Hotel is
now.
still under construction.
Wait,
The
I'm
project has
coming.
not been handed
I'm
over back to the
coming. I'm
government.
coming. The renovation of Kwara Hotel.
Yes.
That's what we have been talking about. This renovation of Kwara Hotel, based on party arrangement, was given to an APC member, ratified by the House of Assembly at the sum of 4 billion naira for the renovation. Now, issue happened between the governor and the APC stakeholder. Issue happened within twinkle of an eye. Issue happened. The governor revoked the contract from me, gave it to another friend at an inflated price of 17.8 billion, from 4 billion to 17.8 billion. Now, what will interest you is that people have gone to that hotel before the award of the contract, obtained the actual value of the hotel. Even if you are to sell it, they say the hotel will not even cost more than 4 billion as at the time of the award of the contract. But the governor is awarding renovation, not construction. Renovation of hotel that worth 4 billion.
The economy currently is not.
Forget about it. I'm telling you that the same governor awarded at 4 billion, revoked the award, gave it to another friend at 17.8 billion. Even when the current value of that hotel was around 4 billion naira. Are you getting what I'm saying? If that process had been going through the state executive council, do you think that kind of thing will happen? Do you think people will not ask questions? Are you getting me? So in terms of
just wrap up, so I can go back to
so in terms of managing
reaction
our
of good
resources,
on what you
Governor
have been saying.
Abdulrahman Abdulrazak are proving to every Kwara that he is not a man to be trusted. Either with our resources, unfortunately he's now in power. We also have our 70 billion lying in an unknown bank, according to the governor. These are not propaganda, these are statements of fact. So let them come and tell us whether they have. Now, look at how I've told you that between 2023 and now, I mean 2021 and now, we have the statistics that have said 406 billion has come to Kwara State and the local government in terms of allocation. This is unprecedented. It has never happened. The combination of Governor Lawal of blessed memory to Governor Bukola Saraki to Governor Abu Fatai Ahmed, those are years of governance. They have never combined the three of them together. They did not get 300 billion in the whole of the administration. I check the statistics. But we are talking of a governor that has spent 6 years with. Look at the one they are building in the opposite Kwara Hotel. They call it Revenue House. What is the essence? Look at the one the federal government built, Federal Secretariat there. That Revenue House is around maybe 10-story building. We don't know how much they are constructing it. 10-story building. The Federal Secretariat is around 7-story building with elevator expected to carry people. The federal government could not manage that one. They are unable to manage the elevator. People are using the staircase. Today, go there.
But there have been a lot of projects that federal government cannot manage. That the state government.
Wait now. The Revenue House. What reason will Governor Abraman give to Kwara that it is of utmost priority?
God is here. Yeah, I believe
you can
actually answer that. You can actually answer that.
How has that one?
I'll come back
to you. KWRS staff, sir. They are sovereign. Their salary is not the match to Osun State people who are working at their revenue agency. Now you are not increasing their salary, but you are building a tall building. How do that one commiserate with what the people want at this time around?
I'll come back. So I'll come back to you. I would like to harvest the reaction of.
Okay, I can see you had a difficult time stopping my brother. That's because his party PDP, they are not used to orderliness. They will have just adhere to the thought taking structure. So yes, like I said, and my brother here is an economist. You understand? And as economists, they deal more with facts. They understand figure, right?
Yeah.
I said when I was speaking the other time, I was referencing sources, right?
Yeah.
But you see that it made so many assertions. You understand? Without a single reference.
Well, it made mention of the budget, and I think that is
budget
quite verifiable.
I even made mention of how to school children.
That's another assertion.
I put it
something billion naira budget in a year. You understand what is Kwara? Let him give us the statistics of Kwara budget from 2019 to
But he was talking about, which was a fact, that the allocation that is coming into Kwara State right now is unprecedented.
Yes, that's a fact. You understand? But he didn't say, okay, fine, so budget, so year. You understand? Kwara budgeted 53 billion naira for education sector. What year?
2023, I mentioned it.
He didn't say that, but that is just by the way. So now let me try to address some of the points he raised one after the other. Number one is that he said he said there was a cash crunch. You understand? During Fatah Ahmad's tenure, and that was why they diverted the
money from
UBEC fund into some other venture. You understand? Which we don't know. So now I would say that is a big fat lie, right? And I'm going to buttress that.
That wasn't recession.
Exactly. No, calm down. I'm going to buttress that with verifiable facts.
Okay.
Around the same time that these people claimed that there was recession and they couldn't, they had to divert money meant to cater for the future of the average mass children. That's the education sector, right? That was around the same time that the then governor, out of misplaced priority, you understand, used over 200 million naira, you understand, to build a mansion, 5-bedroom bungalow.
Don't bring that.
You understand?
That's
to build bungalow
you cannot
for his successor. Excuse me, I didn't know what you're talking.
That's not true. Please
used over 200 million naira to build 5-bedroom duplex for Senator Bukola Saraki. You understand?
Do you have an evidence?
Yes, they can go to court.
You understand? I'm not going to go to court.
They can go to court.
You only have to tell the public that you are lying.
Excuse me. He used over 200 million
naira. How Bukola Saraki got his mansion? Which year? Which year was that mansion built?
They used over 200 million naira.
I will come back to you shortly so that you can have your own reaction.
You don't have to be blackmailing people.
When you are talking, I kept quiet. You understand? So just
understand. But you cannot be demarketing. You cannot be blackmailing people.
It's a fact.
But the question,
not to
No,
react.
no. The question
No.
I'm asking now is,
Ah.
do you do,
Calm down. No, wait.
Hey.
have
No. Yes, it is very viable.
No,
You understand?
It is a
Okay.
lie.
And it is published by so many news media, Premium Times, Punch, and all of that. You understand? They used over 200 million naira to build a 5-bedroom bungalow. You understand? For Senator Bukola Saraki. The house is in Jare in Ilorin. You understand? It was meant to be a parting gift. You understand?
That's
That
not
was they used this obnoxious what do you call it? What do you call it?
Seven-
Pension
okay.
for ex-governors. You know, in the twin light of Bukola's Fatah's administration, they went to go and when Fatai came in, they went to go and cook up that law. They understand, just to benefit Saraki. Do you understand?
Okay, it was Saraki that cook up the law.
So they went to cook up the law, and
But
under
we are
that
putting
law,
it to you. Pension
under
law
that law,
existed.
under that law, they used over 200 million naira to build 5-bedroom duplex mansion for Saraki at GRA. So now the same government wants Kwara to believe, they understand, that it doesn't have money to pay teacher salary, but you can use 200 million plus to
But
build mansion for one person.
away from
What year was that mansion built?
away from the issue of mansion, he made two points that I actually want you to dwell on. He talked about the school in Adewale and why we are not having the replica of that across
These
the
are
senatorial.
Talk to
district.
issues.
Yes, so we come to that. We come to that. Let me address these
Talk to
issues
issues.
one after the other, right?
Targeting
And I'm talking to
individual.
issue. I'm saying that the government that lied, that is an issue that they diverted the big fund, and they are giving excuses. And I'm saying that excuse is not genuine, because around the same time when they diverted money meant to renovate schools, you understand, under the lies, you understand that they don't have money to build schools. Rather, they use it to pay salary. Why not use the funds that we're using to build mansion for the leader of the PDP in the state? Why not use that money to pay teacher salary? That is one.
All
Do
right.
you understand? And at the time, there's a newspaper news report at the time, and I will link that with Kwara Hotel Discourse briefly. And I've written an opinion on that before. And thank God it's an economist. It can relate. They used over 200 million naira to build over 200 million naira. I'm not sure it's close to 250. That's why I don't want to be assertive. But when they gave that money to Saraki and it became scandalous, then Saraki said it was a pension, it was under the pension law that fund is actually legal. Fine. But Saraki now said even that 200 million plus was not enough for him to complete that 5-bedroom apartment. Right? That was about 10 years ago, even more than 10 years. You understand? If 200 million was not enough to build 5-bedroom apartment, you understand? The same party is now coming to say that 17.5 billion naira is too much to build a 170-room hotel.
It's
You
not,
understand?
you are not building, it's renovation.
That's what I'm saying. You see, let's get something right. You understand? Kwara Hotel have been existent for so many decades, right?
Yeah.
Aha. So, and you can agree with me that the facility is completely outdated. You understand? So, like this, your office, thank God it's just renovated. You understand? You agree with me that in some instances, so if you want to do extensive renovation, it might even cost more than building a new structure in some cases. Do you understand? So now when you're not talking about renovation of 170-room hotel, and not just the rooms, that's a gym, that's a club, and several other facilities. You understand? The same government whose leader said 200 million plus was not enough to build just 5-bedroom duplex for his own use. You understand? Is coming to criticize a government, you understand, for using 7.5 billion naira to build 170-room hotel with adjoining facilities. You understand? That's even to say that that particular year when they built mansion for Saraki for over 200 million, which he said was not enough, cement was less than 2,000 naira. Cement is now 10,000 naira per bag. You understand? At the time, what do you call it? There's what we call consumer price index.
Okay.
At the time, it was 10.1%. You understand? Currently, consumer price index is over 28%. So what that means is that if 200 million plus was not enough to build 5-bedroom for Saraki then, that means if they want to build that house for Saraki now, thank God the governor of the people, Governor Abraham Abrazak, thank God he pushed for the repeal of that law, even when he knew that it could also be a beneficiary, but he doesn't believe in that anti-people law.
Right.
So he pushed for the repeal of that law, and they repealed it. So that is on one side. So on Kwara Hotel, they don't have that moral right to even question it. You understand? Because those are
don't
people
have right
that
to
use
question
people money.
public
You
money.
understand? So now going to the area of fiscal transparency, like I've said,
No, no. Before you move to
See, you are supposed to be guiding
no,
him.
no, I'm
Wait, sir.
no,
Wait, sir.
no, no.
Sir.
Hold on.
I want to
hold on.
make an observation.
Okay,
You are our referee here,
okay.
and this station deserves some respect.
Of course.
So also the audience that are listening to us. By coming here to make inflammatory statements that we are making noise, I forgot what he just said now.
All right,
It's an insult directly on the people by saying
all
we
right,
do not
all right,
have the right. He said
me-
we do not have the moral right to question them on Kwara. We are saying it on record that Kwara Hotel is not your personal property.
All right.
We have every
let
right
me-
to question you how we had,
I don't
sir,
want to be
because
obstructed.
it's diverting from what you actually have.
Yeah,
You ask
I'm
us,
trying. I'm
relating matters.
you ask
coming,
us,
coming,
you ask
please.
us whether
Let
this
us,
government is transparent, whether it is accountable,
That's
and
why
I put
I
it
want
to
to talk
you.
about fiscal transparency.
But it's
All
not
right,
going
can
there.
Can we just
I've given you an ingredient of dishonesty.
Can we
It's
just
not going
refrain
there.
from
It's not
name
addressing
calling?
that.
Can we refrain from
in
name
the area
calling?
of fiscal transparency? I don't think I've called anybody name.
You
understand?
have.
I don't think.
All right.
You have.
Okay.
Now,
If
in the
you
area of
have
fiscal
not, please.
transparency,
don't
You are
let
not
us do
addressing
that.
the
In
issue.
the area of fiscal transparency, everybody know budget,
Okay.
right? And you'll agree with me that budget is a credible civic tech company. They understand our organization. Let me put it that way. And as of today, the organization have established Kwara, you understand, as the number 3 in arm of fiscal transparency and accountability in
But
Nigeria.
there is a
That's
question.
established.
There is a question I asked that I
Yeah,
think you are
what's the
deviating
question?
from.
What's
He made reference to the school in
Okay,
Adewale.
Adewale. Yeah, I will
That
come to
how
that.
come we are not saying that kind of project? We have 3 senatorial
Yeah, I'll come to
districts
that.
in Kwara State.
Yes.
That one in Adewale is in Kwara Central.
Yeah.
As we speak,
Not
we
only
have
in Kwara Central, but in the household of Governor
Uh,
Abdulrahman.
you are also making an
I'm
assertion.
coming. Yeah.
It's not an assertion. That's the truth.
Any
The
school
governor
can
is from
any school,
Adewale.
any school
It's
can be
coming.
picked
The
I'm
governor is
for
from Adewale.
remodeling and upgrade. But
coming.
how come we are not having that same project in the remaining 2 senatorial districts?
Thank you very much.
If
You see,
such project has been in existence, that will have knocked out the argument that
yeah,
it is
I
coming
understand.
from a
It's
particular
okay.
local
Let
government.
me speak on that. You see,
Without taking our time.
excuse me. You know, they call it model school, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
When they call something model, they understand that this is okay, fine. We want to start rolling out this kind of thing, right?
Okay, it's the first in Nigeria.
It has to be. It is the first in Kwara State, obviously. They understand? So it's a model school. They understand? So when you have a model school, you first build a model somewhere, right? It has to start somewhere. And when Governor Saraki, when he wanted to build the very first flyover in Kwara State, they understand?
Okay.
He built it in Ilorin. Did he build any other flyover in another part?
That's not his word.
Can we say no? Can we say okay?
He didn't build it in
because
his words.
Saraki is from Ilorin.
He's
That's
not-
where he built the flyover.
he didn't build
that
it in
is
his
not
words.
So right. So and I want to tell you that okay, fine. The smart school I talked about. You understand? We have smart schools in Kwara North and other part of Kwara South.
No, can you
And it's in
give us
Kwara Central.
give us the name of the smart
Tor.
school?
I know.
Tor.
I know that in Gwanera, Barotini local government, I know that place very well. You understand?
Okay.
They have a smart school inside them. You know.
And
Where?
is it up to the standard of what we have?
Not up to the standard. You understand?
Why is it
But
that it's
a
only
smart
you that is knowing it?
It's a smart school. You understand? And if they want to know, they can go there.
Where
And
is it in
now,
Kwara South?
Let me also mention, excuse me. And he also mentioned something which is a lie. And I said it that if you want to state fact, you have to make it verifiable. He said in his local government, he's saying where it comes from. You understand? That the governor has zero investment,
Presence.
which is a lie. And I will tell you, the primary health care center in the headquarters of his local government have been obligated by this government. True or false? Is a fact. And after the I don't want to after their referend or their father, when they made those unfounded assertions, which even the people of the same and those people that invited, you know, the supposed man of God, you understand, that invited him to sermonize at the event, when they have come to distance themselves from the transaction, it was after that statement that they discovered that even the son of that of the deceased former governor, Chisu Adebayo, was the one that was contracted. They understand, to do a road inside that town.
Okay.
And there were assertions that the road was not complete, and the person came out to say that that road was completed, and that's to say that at least I can count to investment in a thing, and there are still many more. There are some in that local government. So that nullifies his assertion that
You
the
are
governor have zero
you are
investment in the
on.
local
I will
government.
quickly
Then-
I will quickly respond to
I
that.
get it.
no,
Do you know
so
that?
it's
Do you,
just
do you,
try to jot
no,
down.
I will
now,
just no. I will
Try
just
to jot down.
wait.
I
Now,
listen to
wait.
everything
There
you
are
said.
some things I need to react
No,
to.
I listen to
He,
everything
he
you
said
said.
he said the son of the deceased, who we went there to celebrate that day, was given a contract. Yes, his government, this same government, accused CEO, the now NADA
Can
DG,
you present
that
the government statement
wait
that
now
accused
you have
him?
let me
So that's still an assertion
see,
that is
they
not
made an
verifiable.
accusation that
Do
he
you
was
understand?
given a contract fund and that project was not executed. See
So,
today,
All
the
right.
guy came,
I
said
think
he has
I'm taking my
all right.
turn.
I
So you
think
are
Alright.
then
interrupting me.
All
another
right.
thing, another thing. No,
hello.
there are lies he made.
No,
And
I want.
Hello.
There is something I need to say at this moment. Please, if you are just joining us, this is the Informant 247. The program is the Discourse, and we are talking about Kwara State yesterday. Now, we are looking at the social development, the progress from the past to the present. You can join this conversation by dropping your comments, your questions, and observation in the chat box while this program is ongoing. It's a live program, and I believe you can be part of this program. And I can assure you that any question you type in, we are definitely going to take it, and it's going to be part of the program. Before I go to Charlemagne's,
Yes.
there is a question I need to ask. You've made. I think we are having a technical glitch. We'll be back shortly. You're welcome back. The program is still the discourse. It is quite hot in here. Not the weather, but rather the discussion. I have with me the spokesperson of PDP in Kwara State, and on the other side, I have a party chieftain from the APC, and we are discussing the prospect of Kwara State. We are taking a look back in time and the current situation of the state. Thank you for staying tuned with us, and we are moving forward on the same discussion we have been having for quite a while. Now, I'm going back to the PRO of PDP. I just want to ask you a question. How transparent is the current administration regarding public spending and project execution? You've said a lot about it, but how do you think there is transparency? Can we measure what the government is doing?
Well, I've told you that this government is a solo government being run only by the governor, for the governor, and
But we
to
have,
the governor.
I keep
Wait,
on
wait now.
interjecting that because
In terms of transparency,
we have commissioners,
we have
we
them
have
as
House of
we have them as
members.
even we have deputy governor,
Yeah.
but we have them as figureheads. They are not doing
But
anything.
the same deputy governor was appointed
Now
as the chairman
I
of the
put it to you, sir.
security.
I put it to you, sir. Since 2019 to date, how many state executive council meeting has been held in Kwara? How many?
No, they could decide to have it probably virtually or
They are
not
not
to
having it.
publish
If they have it virtually, they will give us the report online. We will have the report. How many state executive council meeting? So that shows to you that all the projects that were being executed were only propounded by the governor himself and awarded by himself. So in terms of transparency, they are zero. Then my friend here used budgets as a decor to disguise transparency in government. By he came up with a
budget
rating.
is not
No,
it's not a decor.
he's using them. He is very smart. Wait,
verifiable
I'm
data
coming. I will use the same
in
data.
Nigeria.
I will use the same data, and I will even quote them right here so that people can know who we are dealing with. You see, the problem with this government is that they are like a drawing people, a drawing entity. You know, when somebody is in the water swimming and you are now drowning, if you see a stick of match, you want to cling to it so that it can rescue you. So that's their issue. Now, the budget is talking about using it as a form of transparency. In 2021, I have the record here. In 2023, quarter one, transparency ranking. The Kwara State, 2023.
Okay.
I was looking for 2019, 2018, so that I'll be able to assess the government. But the one I could lay my hand on was 2023 transparency ranking. This Kwara State government ranked 7th
In 36.
as at quarter one, 2023. That's 2 years ago. Now, fast forward to this year. Fast forward to 2024. The same budget report in transparency ranking. Kwara State ranked 23. From 7th to 23. In the same transparency ranking. What is wrong? The same budget. Now, I will now give you clear explanation of why budget is making this kind of. Now, this is budget statement about Kwara State. I will read it verbally. You can get it online. You can get it anywhere. The thing said, Kwara State had a comprehensive but not timely approved budget and citizens' budget. That's statement one. It is a procurement. It's procurement portal, e-procurement portal. The Kwara State e-procurement portal and state websites met some standards. However, the proposed budget of the state is a one-page incomprehensive budget. The entire budget of the state uploaded in the website, one page. The state's MTEF is also not available this time. The BIR document was available on time, but not comprehensive. This is the statement that the budget used, because he has come to say budget has raised them hang. He has done. They are very smart when it's come to misleading the public with frivolous starter data. The governor at the time, when he first came to office, went to New York, and it was really not figure that the out of school children has improved in Kwara. It is until we in PDP came and nailed him with a fact released by UBEC, Universal Basic Education Board. The fact that was there, according to them, says that 68% increase has happened in the out of school children in Kwara State when Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrasaq came. So these are facts. We are not here to say we are attacking his personality, but the strategy used in government, the transparency, the accountability, they are zero. I have just told you about Kwara Hotel too. I have not finished speaking about it when my friend interrupted me. In that Kwara Hotel, do you believe that the amount that the governor says is awarding the budget, when you check awarding the project, the renovation project, the amount, when you check the budget, it is quite different from the figure that was read out by the accountant general of the state. Are you aware of that?
I'm just hearing that.
No, I will give you the budget. I will give you the figure now. In 2025, the approved budget in the state for that renovation was the first time was 4.6 billion, according to the governor's own data. But the accountant general of the state did his own at 4.69 billion. Governor 4.6, the accountant general 4.69. The same government, the same project. Now fast forward to 2025. The governor said he budgeted 13 billion for the same renovation project.
But
the accountant general, I'm
I
coming.
heard Gold talking about.
I'm coming. That's why I want to
challenge.
expose them very well. The governor said in 2025 on the same renovation project, 4 billion has now been dropped because his friend has been excused from that project. Now they said they are spending 17.8 billion. Now the budget that was put in that place was 13 billion according to the normal budget signed by the governor. Now the accountant general of the state, his own budget put the figure 15.7 billion. Accountant general, the same project, the same year, the same contract. Now where is the accountability in that? Where is the transparency in that? And nobody is asking questions. And I'm surprised that my own friend here, a banker, now I put it to him. The House of Assembly is the constituency he represents in this government. He is so active in that House of Assembly to the extent that he was an hate to the leader of the House of Assembly. Now, there was a year that the House of Assembly went and did that is the only oversight done by this House of Assembly. They went and did an oversight job. When they got to Adeta school, they discover a lot of fraudulent activities. One, that the project was awarded at a very bogus amount, and that what was executed in that place was far below what was spent in the paper. So the House of Assembly already indicted the governor, and since then the governor has not allowed them to go on any oversight function. So what is all this narrative? What is all this telling us? It's telling us that this government is not even about the people. It's about the governor himself and himself alone.
All right,
even he knows
you.
little about the figure coming out from the government house.
Good. He talked about budgeting,
Yeah.
and he also mentioned the oversight
Yes.
from the state assembly.
Yes.
How do you react to that? Then I would love if you can compound that with the question of how transparent is this very
It's
particular
okay.
government?
I'll do justice to that. But then I hope that he can demonstrate the same level of decorum that I demonstrated while he was making some fallacious assertion, and I allowed him land. You understand? So if he has any objection to whatever I'm saying, let him jot it down. You understand? So that would be more decorous and make people learn more. So now, to the number one point he raised, like I said, let me repeat that this year, in terms of fiscal transparency and accountability, is a very viable record. You understand? I don't know where he gets his own record from. You understand? I'm not with my phone, but I know it for a fact. Anybody can Google it. You understand? Kwara is ranked number 3 and is reported by virtually all national daily. You understand? So, and you will find some of his assertions, you will find them very, very funny. You understand? Because and that practice has never been in existence before the advent of this government. I've been a media aide to the Honorable Speaker of the Kwara Assembly, and right from 2019 till 2021 that I was the media aide, immediately the governor brings the budget. You understand? It is released as a soft document, a soft copy. You can Google it now. You will see year-on-year budget of the Kwara State government. Do you understand? And the Informant 247 year, they do budget analysis.
Yeah, we do that.
Do you understand? So, do you find the budget analysis on one-page document? Do you find it on one-page document? No.
Why are you posing the question to me?
Yes. So that's I busted that lie.
Oh.
So that's not correct. You get, so budget can never be one page, and I'm sure all the analysis we have been doing is on hundreds of pages that you find the data, so you can see that there's a pure lie. So I'm standing by my
Well,
statement
it
that
was not his statement. He was reading from
That's
the-
budget.
from
Well,
the-
whether budget, well,
It's
I don't
budget.
know where you got the statement. I'm saying that that statement is fallacious. It's a lie, and you have confirmed it now that the budget that you are analyzing here at Informa 247 is it a paid document?
no.
Yes. So that's all. So I've been able to, neutralize that. Number two is that on the what's the second question? Before I go to what I want to say.
Okay,
I want to say something.
okay. He talked about budget. Then
I've cleared that.
he talked about how
Kwara Hotel, how contract
the
sum,
transparency,
how they are
Yeah, so-
street
the
passes.
So,
transparency
they talked about-
in,
We have to
in
that.
the, in the
So
awarding
you know,
of contracts
exactly.
in Kwara hotels.
different
the
from the
conflicting-
Attorney-
He said,
Accountant.
the
he said I'm a
conflicting,
banker. He said I'm a banker. One, I'm not a banker. Do you understand? But I'm a financial expert.
But have you worked in the bank
I've
before?
never worked in the bank. Do you understand? So I'm doing the financial. I studied finance,
Okay.
right?
Finance
So-
and what?
I studied finance. I have a
Okay.
PhD in finance, so I studied finance. So
Banking
now
and
going
finance.
to that, if you are conversant with financial statements, as a journalist, I've practiced in the media, right? If I want to say, okay, fine, government approves budget, a particular project, they approve the project for 4.6 billion, right? Does it mean that that's the accurate, what do you call it? The accurate figure that the budget was approved for. But on your headline, you cannot write 4 billion, 609 something. You cannot do that.
Well, now
Am I
I think
correct?
what he's questioning now is
No,
not
am I-
even.
no, am I
Yeah, you are
correct?
correct. You are correct.
So
but
you
what
are correct.
what
So-
Parliament is actually questioning now is how 4 billion jumped into 17 point something billion.
You see, when we say there's a project going on, you understand? He is aware, and you are aware that funds are not released at once, right? It is released in tranches as the project progresses, right? So, and there's what we call performance report,
Index.
right? So, as you turn in your performance report, you understand? So, the person that gave you the contract will continue to do what?
Release more.
Release more funds. So, it is simple logic, correct? So, that is not an excuse. It's a simple logic. So, even if there is variation, in as much as it's documented, to vary project is not illegal. In as much as it is documented, you understand? So, varying project is not a new thing, correct? So, that is not an issue. So now,
How transparent is this current government?
and I'm saying that I've said it, that I align myself with the position of budget, you understand, that ranks the state number 3 out of 30 states in Nigeria. And that is a pass mark, if you ask me.
Okay.
Right? Now, let's go to some aspect of, what do you call it? Social equality that I was talking about. When he started the statement, he was talking about government being about the people. You understand? And asking, feeling the people, knowing the feeling of the people, the average people on the streets. And I would say that, the opposition party have continued to insult the sensibility of Kwarans. You understand? By believing that they were ousted with propaganda, right? And they feel that since they thought they were ousted with propaganda, they are also, using the machination of propaganda, trying to use it to get to government. But they should have learned. It failed them in 2019. It failed them in 2023. And I begin to be amazed why they think the same propaganda that they felt ousted them can take them back to government. So now I'll come to some statistics.
My
And not just statistics.
My director is
I'm
telling
coming-
me that
and not
we
just
are
statistics.
almost out of
And
time
not just statistics.
already.
In Nigeria today, Adibin is a bad news. I know quite people have written a lengthy, press statement. In Nigeria as of today, according to the latest information by the National Bureau of Statistics, Kwara ranks among the 4 states that will have the least food price index. That is to say, among states in Nigeria, we are among the 1 to 4. You understand? Where food is cheapest, you can check his food. Do you understand? So what that means is that, people cannot access food at the cheaper rate in Kwara, and the government of Kwara State is not the one that did this research.
All
You
right.
understand? It is MBS. So
all
that's
right.
to tell you. So if they continue to believe that this propaganda can take them anywhere, people of Kwara have answered. Okay, is Governor Brahman Abdulrazak? You understand? Is he doing well for the people? People answered yes in 2023, chorously,
All
through
right.
their votes. And 2027, they will still do the same thing. So if
People,
PDP feel they can continue to lie to people, that lie, the people know the truth,
all right.
and they will continue to reflect the truth at the
Please
balance.
let me cut you on that. The program is the discourse, and one thing we don't actually enjoy on this very particular program is time. And I can assure you, this is an unfinished business. We are definitely going to bring this deal back to this studio
I'll be glad.
so
I'll
that
be glad to engage him
we
again.
will be able to. We have a lot of unanswered questions. We have a lot of unfinished job to be done, and for us to do that, we're actually looking at your comments, and your questions and observation is going to form the basis for the next engagement we'll be having with them. It's about time. I think just to close it up in 1 minute, I'll go to you. Just 1 minute, just to wrap up everything. Now, what is the one thing that Kwaran should expect or demand from political leader going forward?
Presently now, the most pressing needs of Kwara people today is security.
Okay.
Security. In fact, I wonder how my friend is coming here to boast of performance or boast of transparency when the state is not even secure.
All right.
The first work, the first project that any serious-minded government should undertake is the security. So once you fail in the security, you have failed factually in all other
Well, I
sectors of
think
the
the
economy.
aspect of security
So
will form
Governor
the
Abdulrahman
basis.
Abrazak cannot even be.
The function of
We
security
cannot
will
even
form.
bring him into the debate of whether he's performing or not.
All right.
Presently, the government is collapsing
All
under
right.
his face.
All right.
The institution he built himself, project he built himself, inside his own government is collapsing. He built garment factory. Where is garment factory today? The one he inherited from us is collapsing them. The Kwara Express there that is being enjoyed
All right,
by ordinary people. So these are things that I expect our friends.
We will come back, and that will be all from Shulmint. Your last word on what should Kwaran expect or demand from political leaders.
Well,
going
thank
forward.
God the chicken came home to roast with his last comment that he admitted that Governor Abdulrahman Abrazak built projects. So the people can only expect more projects. And by God's grace, very soon, like the proactiveness of the government have been saying, which have led to the intervention of President Tinubu in Kwara State in security area, like unprecedented, like compared to other states. Very soon we'll get out the security challenges, but Kwara should expect more projects. And now that the president have given the National Assembly the go ahead to give legal backing to state policing, so we should expect that very soon we are coming out of it stronger and more united.
Thank you very much. It has been a very interesting one, a hot one, and a very sweet one for that matter. Like I said, it is an unfinished business. We will definitely rearrange this very particular football match very soon. And I know it's going to be a very, very interesting one. I had a very sweet time and I enjoyed this very particular program. Please stay tuned for our next program and we will definitely love to hear from you across our social media handle. I remain myself, Ismail Akesola, and this is the Informant 247. The program is The Discourse. Still will come your way again next week. Stay blessed.